Hi, my name is Shane, and in this video I'm going to share with you the 3 ways that I've used to get house cleaning customers. Now these are my favorite 3, and these 3 have gotten me the bulk of the customers that I've had over the years. I started my first house cleaning business in 2002, and while a lot of things have changed since then, specifically online marketing, a lot of things haven't changed. Now these 3 ways are ways that are I've tested in different cities, and I think that they will work pretty much anywhere, and I will address the couple of little exceptions as we get to them. So as I said, I started my first cleaning business in 2002. I've had 3 different house cleaning businesses in different locations in different sizes of cities. So hopefully if you give these a try, they will work for you too. Now the way that I have gotten a lot of customers is from door hangers, and before we get into the details of door hangers, I should mention that this may not be legal everywhere, so you're going to want to check that out with your city or county before you just go start putting things up on people's doors. But if you're just starting out, this is actually a great way to get customers because all it really takes is time. So I want to warn you that if you're going to try this, what I'm talking about with door hangers is I'm not talking about necessarily after you do a cleaning just taking a dozen flyers with you and hitting the houses that are on that block. Now while that may eventually over enough time get some results, if you're just starting out, it's really not going to get you very many customers. It does take hundreds to get a customer, so just keep that in mind. But again, if you're brand new and you're just starting out, you've got nothing but time, so go ahead and give this a shot. Now all 3 of these methods that I'm going to talk about in this video assume that you have professionally printed materials, and also assume that you have a website for your business. Now both of those things can be very simple, and if you haven't seen my videos on how to get a website fast and cheap, check that out. Same thing, I have one for printing, so check that out too. But I'll just say that what I like to use for door hangers is a postcard. So, and then about the professional printing, the reason why you're going to want to go ahead and pay a little bit for that is you're not just competing with the other house cleaners and the other house cleaning companies that are using door hangers. You're competing with everybody who's using door hangers, because what you need to get is you need to get that person's attention within a few seconds of grabbing your thing, or your flyer's going to end up in the garbage. So you're competing with the lawn chemical people and security companies. You're competing with all of it. So keep that in mind. Have something that looks sharp. Have something that has your web address right on there, and some people will check it out and get in contact with you. So the second method that I've used to get customers, and this would be my favorite actually, if it were something that I could control the frequency of, if it were something that I could do as often as I wanted to, but I'm going to go ahead and mention it to you anyways, because hopefully you're in a situation where you can give this a try. So I've gotten a ton of customers off of home shows. Now in the second city that I was in, with the second business that I was running, second house cleaning business, I was fortunate enough to get in early enough on the home show thing. There's a big home show they do every year. The company who puts on the show would limit certain types of businesses. So in some categories, for example, builders and whatnot, they might allow a lot of businesses, 10 or 15 of that type of business into the home show. For some of the other types of businesses, they would only allow 1 or 2. And for house cleaning, they only allowed 2 businesses. So it was myself, my business, and this franchise company in town. We were the only ones at that particular home show. So it was great for me because I felt like I really was only competing with the one other company when I would do the show. The reason why I think that shows are great is because the very first contact that potential customer has with you is not through something on a piece of paper or whatever, it's with you directly. And since house cleaning is such a personalized service, I mean, you're in these people's homes touching their stuff, that goes a long ways towards creating a good first impression. And I found that the estimates that I would set up, I would get a lot more of them to actually sign up if I got them originally from a home show as opposed to like a door hanger. Now, another thing to try if you are in a larger city and you can't get into the big home show, go ahead and try and get on the waiting list. But if you can't, don't think that you can't try this out. I had a fair amount of success using the smaller shows. Did like women's shows and just try different things. There are other events that you can put up a booth at things like a fair or whatever probably won't really work. You want something that has a little bit of a specialized audience where people are paying to be there, and where the other booths are generally higher end type of things, because that place will be full of the type of people who make for great house cleaning customers. So, you know, go ahead and give this a try and see if it works for you. Now, the third way that I've gotten customers, this is my favorite way. I have to admit that it's not the way that I have gotten most of my customers over the years, but that's only because it's something that I'm relatively new to using, only in the last couple years, and that is direct mail. Now, when I say direct mail, a lot of people don't necessarily know what that means, and it kind of means junk mail. So if it's your piece, you hope that people won't think of it as junk mail, but that's again what I'm talking about. Now, the reason why direct mail is great is because if you know what your ideal customer looks like, you can use list services, and there's all kinds of businesses that do this. I use a company called InfoUSA, and they will build you a mailing list that will match your specifications, and you can work off of that list. Now, earlier when I was talking about door hangers, I mentioned postcards. So the reason why I had the postcards in the first place was for using as direct mailing pieces. So you print one thing and have it double up for you. This is something that you have to test. Now, with direct mail, there's a ton of information on it. I could do really lengthy videos going into all the details about it. Other people have done very extensive research into what works and what doesn't for different industries. But I would say that you do need to kind of test this out, because with direct mail, you're putting a lot of pieces out. And sometimes a very small margin is good enough. So you might not need more than like a 2% response rate in order to have a successful campaign. So what I would recommend is get some things printed, you know, have your website, and then test a few things out, test smaller lists. And another reason why direct mail is great for the things that I mentioned is that it allows you to reach people that you can't get through door hangers. So for example, with door hangers, you know, when I say that, you probably have a pretty good idea of what types of neighborhoods to go to. Well, what if there are good customers that don't live necessarily in those types of neighborhoods? Maybe they live a little bit further out, still within a distance that you would drive to, but you know, the driveways and front doors are not within walking distance. So direct mail allows you to reach people that your competition, if a lot of them are using, say, door hangers, are not getting to. Now, just keep in mind that the big franchise companies all use direct mail as a marketing technique for house cleaning customers, so you are competing with them. So you want your piece to be a little bit less corporate looking. You want it to look professional, you want it to look sharp, but you want it to be less corporate and a little more personal. So again, you can give this one a try and see if it works for you. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there's other things that I have done to get customers. I can get into those in future videos. I realize I could have gone much deeper into these three topics than I did in this video, but hopefully if you're looking for some ideas, if you're looking for ways to get customers, you're just now starting out, hopefully this video will have helped you. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave me a comment and I will get back to you. All right, thanks and good luck.